Guys, I'm going to show you how to fix a window regulator or a window motor. This came off of a GM Blazer there. Pretty much any kind of window motor, but the older ones are actually all pressed together and riveted, so you have to drill out all these holes all the way around. And here's the other half of it. And there'll be like a little washer and it's right here actually, a little rubber piece and a washer that goes over it. You kind of have to screw it up to get it off. There's actually a little piece right here to get this little motor off, but it's pressed on and you probably won't be able to get it off. So even though you break this a little bit, just put the little rubber piece back on it, throw some grease in it, and it'll last another couple of years. Or probably even longer, because I fixed the passenger side door on that one, and it's still working like 2 years ago, so it works for a good long time. Usually what you have to do is you take this apart, you take this off, you clean the brushes, sand them down, put them back in, and they'll work just fine. So here's another one, and see what I'm talking about? See how nasty it is inside there? You clean all that up and it'll start working again. Some of the times there'll be a broken lead in here, which I just fixed. It was cracked. So it goes from that one all the way up and all the way to the other side to the brush holder. And you just solder that piece in, and I put hot glue around it, and it should start working again. And same way with this one. Well, actually what I found was I continuity checked these, the connector and these brush holders, and I was getting continuity, but there was a resistance from, I think, one of these two going over to this one. Resistance right in here. See, if I put my lead right there, and I put my lead on this, or even on the very end there, I would get it in between that, and there's actually a crack. So I resoldered it, and I have zero resistance in it now. And actually this motor probably was still good, but it was all nasty, and this is where this one came from. And it didn't work either on this one here. So what I want to show you is that it's probably cracked in the same position that was. So I want to do a resistance check on it. And there should be absolutely no resistance. I'm going to go ahead and check my leads. And I got about 0.8 resistance in it. So if I go over to this one, I get about 5 ohms. So, and I go over to this other one, and I get about 4. So there's resistance going from that to these brushes. So and that ain't good. Any resistance in the line is not going to be able to throw all the juice to the motor and be able to spin your window down. So, and what I did was, to figure that out, I went ahead and have my battery here, and my lead's right here. I went ahead and put that in there like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it with one hand. See, and that sucker spins like no other. But when I put them on the leads here, it doesn't do that. It's because there's so much resistance going from there to there. It might be burned up internally or whatever. Let's just go ahead and take this off. Let's see. So I haven't took this off yet. There we go. And on mine, there was resistance. Actually, this one looks good. Let's see that little thing right there? You can actually pull that up, and it's like a tab that you could pull up, and that little one there where my thumb's at goes up and under this one. It's kind of weird, but what I did was I soldered them two together, and I got no resistance from point A to point B way over here. So I'm pretty sure that was the problem. And these brushes, you know, they're okay. It just needs to be sanded down a little bit. But I can probably make this one work again just by resoldering that little piece there. That's exactly what I did right there. So I want to go ahead and put this back together, and it requires two hands getting them little brushes back in there. They're spring loaded, so I'll get back to you here in just a few seconds. Alright, got it all put back together, and forgot to show you, but there's actually no resistance in this new one I put in, or well, I fixed the old one that was in it. Remember how I said I resoldered this connection here together, because I got resistance from that point to this point here, so I resoldered that and put hot glue all the way around it. And now I'll go ahead and show you that it works with this new connector now after I got it all cleaned up inside there. Take my battery leads. So, there you go. Now, since you had to drill out all these holes, what you'll have to do is put some really short bolts in it, about as short as you can find them. That'll fit this, probably 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit more on that, so it will fit on your track. So, but yeah, all you have to do really is take these brushes out. Oh well, yeah, take the brushes out, clean them up, and then clean everything in here because it'll be all oily and whatnot. Yeah, it'll be even more resistance in it. And see what happened to this old one. I mean, all that grease. So make sure, because I'm going to take this apart again. Well, not again. Well, I got it clamped in the vise. I wanted to take it apart again and re-grease all gears and stuff in here, but make sure you don't put any grease from this ball down. Don't put no grease in there because that's for the motor only. And if you really wanted to, just put just a dab, just a very little dab of grease inside that little bushing there for the motor. That's all you got to do. And when I mean a dab, just put it on a Q-tip and just kind of swirl it in there to where you don't even see it hardly. You know, you barely want to put any in there, if any. You don't even have to put nothing in it. But yeah, I mean, we'll button this back up, put it on the track there, and put her back in the truck.